Hello everybody and welcome to another RentalTrax how-to video. This time we are setting up your paperwork. We're getting all of your paperwork in order by using our order layout feature. So this is where you're going to spend a little bit of time and it can get a little bit confusing, so follow along with the steps as we go. If you've been setting up your system based on the how-to videos following our getting started guide and the instruction manual, then now is the point where you need to customize your paperwork so that it makes sense for your business. This how-to video is going to take you through step by step on how to do that. So in order to get there, we're going to go to our settings drop-down menu, down to where it says layout, and over to order layout. At this stage, you probably only have one order type that's in your system if you're just going through one by one. The reason for that is when you create multiple order types, you're going to be able to copy these layouts. So don't waste time setting up multiples. In this demo system, we have a few already in here. So we're going to go to type A, and we're going to manipulate this order type. Then we're going to select from our layout. We're going to choose which paperwork we want to customize. You can set up your internal pick sheet to look however you want. The customer sheet, so this is what they're going to get their pricing on, the first contact that you're going to give to them. It's going to have their pricing, their products, delivery information, all of that kind of information is going to be on there that we're going to customize as well. The invoice can be customized so that they're getting just a final invoice, so it looks different than your customer sheet. And if you want to set up any credit notes, you can do that as well. So let's go ahead and customize our customer sheet first. Once you select those from the drop-down menu, you're going to look at this screen. This screen is going to allow you to set up using drag and drop, very simple to use, to be able to set up your paperwork. If you look on the right-hand side, we get a preview of what our paperwork is going to look like. So we see that in the top right-hand corner, our logo is going to be there. That'll be your company logo. Then your company information below that. On the left-hand side that's set up is the customer's information, including their address and whatnot. So right here, what it's telling you is this is going to autofill this information so it makes sense on your paperwork. Then we've got our booking order ID, and then we get into the products down here below, showing us the SKU, text, price, quantity, etc. We've got our payments in the bottom right-hand side, and then we've got some details on the order below that, including our logo again and a place for the customer to sign. That's what's set up already. But the way you're going to customize it is using drag and drop. So for instance, if you're a company that doesn't take wire transfers as payment, you wouldn't want to have your system bank this box in there. What this is going to do is autofill your company's banking information. It's pulling from your basic settings to put it in. If you don't want it in there, just click it and drag it out of the picture into the fields not in use. If you use the little red X, you can delete the field, but then it'll be completely gone. So I recommend you just place it in the fields not in use on the left-hand side. Then it's going to be there available. If you do change your payment methods and do start taking wire transfers later, it'll be there for you to use. And you can use any of these forms, any of these previously made fields, just drag them in. You can move them around however you like. You can drag and drop them wherever you want onto the screen. If you want to move some of that information, you can do that. Update your preview on the right-hand side, and it will show you some of the changes that you've made to the system. So now we see this space in between where the customer information, address, and contact is. Now this is completely playing with it. It is going to take some time for you to go through and feel out how you want this to look, but take the time to do it. Down at the bottom where it says products, this is where it's separating the product line from what's below. So please remember that products, this block is going to separate information above and below. We can see down here at the bottom, we've got our order status, type of rental, payment terms, order start, end, delivery information, etc. And then at the very bottom, our logo. On the right-hand side is our signature note. One thing that you might want to do if you want to change your payment terms, so if your payment terms, I think the default is set to 8 days, you can click on this little gray pencil that's beside the red X. That's going to allow you to edit the field. So if I click on that and payment term pops up, it says I've got 50% deposit at booking. If I change this and I say 10% deposit on booking, then every time I go to use this order type, it's going to automatically fill that in as my payment term for that. So I can click yes to save it. You also have the ability that you can add fields, any custom fields that you like. So when you're using the order sheet, there's a link that says edit/add fields. You can use that link, or you can also come in here and click the red button. This is what it's going to do. It's going to launch you to here. If I click this red arrow, red circle with the green arrow, in it, I get the new field editor. And you can walk through your instruction manual on more details on how to use this. But I'm already manipulating my order type, which is type A, so I know that already. Then I can use the drop-down menu to select from 4 different options. A text line is going to give me the opportunity to enter in a line of text, a single line of text on the order sheet when I'm placing the order. That's going to be able to be manually entered later. A text field is going to give me an entire field to choose from where I can add dynamic fields. I can work within that system. I can also do a permanently defined text. So if I select that, this text that I enter in is going to be on this sheet every single time wherever I place it. And then at the bottom, I can choose to add a dynamic field. So if I want to have the order's weight, the product's weight in a different spot, I can do that as well. So let's go ahead and add a permanent defined text. And then it's going to pop up and give me a new field, a larger area to work with. So I need to name the field. So I'm going to call this my order type title. I can then choose to show the field name or not show the field name. It's completely up to us. I'm going to leave it as no, so it doesn't show up. And then over here, I can put in the text. So I'm going to call this a type A booking. If you would like to bold your words, you're going to use a little bit of coding. So it's going to look something like this. So you're going to start it and you're going to end the bold. That's going to show it as well. And then you can choose to ignore line breaks, yes or no. When I click save, it will then, that piece, that new field created, will be available for us, and it'll be in this block. Order type title is right there. I can then drag it around to wherever I want. If I want it up in the top, I can update my preview so that it's permanently at the very top in bold. Type A booking shows up there. You can play with that. Once again, it takes a little bit of time to get used to and get the paperwork set up however you want. But once again, you can play with it, set it up however you like. You can also edit the product lines here, and that's by going to product display. So if I click on that, I get to this screen. What you guys will probably look like when you first get here, these sublines will not be shown. It'll look like this. If we select yes, that we want to adapt the product display, we get more information. This is adapting the product lines themselves. So if you, for instance, don't want the client to see the SKU numbers, you can use the garbage can and delete that line, and then it'll be out of the way. You can also use the arrows to move around each column and set it up however you want it to look. You can also use over on the right hand side, there's a block that if you click it, you can add a new column, give it a name, and it will add it in as well on the very end, and then you can move it around as you like or delete it if you didn't mean to do that. Down on the bottom, we can add new rows to our totals section. Here we are adding in, we've already added the total amount due in the currency converter. So if I'm going to delete these so that it looks the way that you're probably getting into it if you're just starting. If you want to be able to track our payments made, what we're going to do is click to add a new row. We're going to say this is total paid and say yes. I'm going to use my drop down menu and scroll down, and I'm going to select order total paid for my dynamic field. That's going to list any payments, all the total of all the payments made on this order so far, and then our clients probably want a balance owing. We're going to use the dynamic fields again, and we're going to use order amount due. Once I've done that, it's going to showcase how much people have paid on the order as well as how much they owe left. If you're doing multiple currencies, you can do currency conversion as a line as well. And once again, you're going to use the dynamic fields. You're going to use the currency conversion. We got to find it in here. And it's going to tell us exactly how much the currency conversion is. Order total currency converter. And it will use based on the currencies you've already set up. Then you can update your preview on the left-hand side, and it will show you a preview down on the bottom of your product display adaptation as well, just of the product line. So we see the SKUs are gone and everything else is there. That's going to get us completely set up. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@rentaltrax.com. Give us a call at 888-925-6236. That's 888-925-6236, or check out the website www.rentaltrax.com.